Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about books, new and used, how to condition them properly so they can get to Amazon FBA and so you can get the most amount of buyer feedback. Buyer feedback on Amazon is one of the biggest things people struggle with, and if you execute this properly, then you're going to get a much higher percentage than what most people would promote. So just to go over this really quick, Amazon here has books, new and used. It's their general condition guidelines. So just to start off, I never sell any books as new. You are technically required to have manufacturer or publisher invoices for these, which I don't have. I wholesale buy these. They come in Gaylords, so I don't have any new books. But I have some like new books. For like new books, dust cover is intact with no nicks or tears. Spine has no signs of creasing. Pages are clean, not marred by notes or folds of any kind. This next part's a little confusing. May contain remainder marks on outside edges, which should be noted in listing comments. So something like that, I think I'm going to take as they probably folded the corner and then unfolded it, and then it can still be considered like new. Now, the way we run our business is that if you can tell there's any flaw whatsoever, it needs to go down to very good. Very good, it's going to have a minimal flaw, something very light, something almost unnoticeable unless you were looking for it. Amazon's definition of very good: pages and dust cover are intact and not marred by notes or highlighting. The spine is undamaged. Very vague. So we got like new, we know what that is. That is just crisp, clear, like new. We got one tiny flaw, in our opinion. It's going to make it down to very good. Good, all pages and cover are intact, including the dust cover. Spine may show some signs of wear. Pages may include limited notes and highlighting. May include from the library of labels. So a good book's going to be from a library. It's going to have anything that has any marking on the inside. If we have a sticker, we have somebody wrote their name, we have underlining, we have highlighting, any of those, it's automatically going to be good. Or if it's a lot of writing or highlighting, it's going to be acceptable. Our rule of thumb is about 10%. If more than 10% is written on, it's going to be bumped down to acceptable. Amazon's opinion of acceptable: all pages and cover are intact, but the dust cover may be missing. Pages will include limited notes and highlighting, but the text cannot be obscured or unreadable. If it is unreadable, boom, it's going to be unacceptable. If there's any major issues with the spine, unacceptable. So for us, like new is 0 flaws. Very good, it's going to have 1, maybe 2, with some very slight exceptions, light flaws that are not noticeable at the very first time you pick up the book. You should have to kind of teeter. Is it like new? Okay, I see a little bit here. It's going to be very good. Good, that's going to be 2 flaws. Typically, you could have something like this. Go over to our book station here. So we have a good book. Really, this book looks really good. I mean, it has one of those nice hard covers. The top part looks good. Side has pretty good. Then, boom, we see some writing. All right, so that's going to make it good. We see a sticker. It's going to make it a name. It's going to make it good. But then there's no other marks. So it is a good book. We go to another one. This guy right here looks good. Good structure, not any marking on either side, okay? But it has this stain here. So it has that, pretty much that one bigger flaw that we're going to count as 2. So 2 small flaws or 1 larger flaw. Another good instance is if there's a significant rip, that's going to make it good. If it's just a very tiny tear on a corner, something like that, it can still be very. Here's an example of one of our very good books. Has a nice little mark on that corner. Looks great. I mean, technically, some people would even say this is like new. But for us, we want any tiny mark that if the buyer examines it, they're going to go, well, this isn't new, or like new. But it is very good. You have to ask yourself, what would the buyer say? They know it's used, so we have that going for us. They don't expect it to be brand new, absolutely perfect. But if they got a book like this with a few marks on it, great structure, clean pages, nothing's wrong with it, well, that's a very good book. And, you would say to yourself, okay, well then goes in a very good pile. And we're pretty, scrupulous on it. I will say that this guy right here. This one we teased on the fact that it was going to be like new, but you can see it kind of up just a little on that book jacket, so it's not perfect. It has one tiny little mark. Somebody still could consider that very, you know, like new, could happen shipping kind of deal. But once again, we want to promise, over deliver to our customers, so they're going to leave us a ton of great reviews and come back to us and buy again. So that being said, Amazon's guidelines are pretty good, but you want to add just a little bit more to them, and you really want to break it down for yourself. And if you were a buyer, if you expect to buy used like new, you really want it to be pretty perfect. Acceptable, that can be a big line of what you can get, but personally, they might mark all their books as acceptable, for instance, so that way they don't have to grade the condition that it's in. I don't believe in doing it this way, because then buyers don't actually know what they're getting. They could be getting a like new book. In reality, we want to help ourselves too as a reseller. So why would I mark it as acceptable? A couple dollars to $10 more for that book, and it only takes me 10 seconds to look at a book and really assess the condition. So this is a little bit about books and how you should be conditioning them. Of course, every book, you know, there's always those stragglers that don't really fit into this, but if you're unsure, go down a notch. If you're like, oh, it's probably very good, but you want to be sure, I would mark it as good. And then the customer probably is going to come back, buy from you again, leave you a great review, things like that. But I hope this helps out a little bit and helps you condition your books moving forward. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.